Grok 4 is here, the new AI from XAI that can write your novel, build your website, and probably do your taxes, all while whispering sweet nothings into your ear. But is it a creative revolution? Or just another Silicon Valley fever dream that cost you $30 a month to use? I spent the money, so you don't have to. I put it through a series of relentless tests. I made it plot a thriller, write murder, get uncomfortably romantic, and build a website. The results were a mix of shocking genius, genuine concern for its mental state, and stick around, and I'll tell you if this thing is a ChatGPT killer or just a wallet killer. All right, first test. Can it even come up with an idea? I gave it a prompt so vague it was basically a cry for help. Thriller, airport. That's about it. Of course, I eventually gave it more information, a much deeper, more detailed plot that you see on the screen. And you know what? Grok spun up this whole narrative about data smuggling hackers and international espionage. It gave me a full plot outline, chapter breakdowns, even a cinematic summary. And okay, credit where credit's due. It was good, annoyingly good. For anyone staring at a blinking cursor on a blank page, this part feels less AI and more like a miracle. So for brainstorming, big check mark. Almost too easy. The first draft it gave me was fine, like an appetizer when you ordered a main course. So I had to start managing it. I told it to expand scene, and it did. I told it to write a better opening line, and it did. I told it to stop info dumping the backstory like it was trying to meet a word count, and to its credit, it revised it perfectly. Here's the secret. Using Grok isn't like waving a magic wand. It's like directing a very literal, very powerful, and slightly clueless intern. You can't just give it a task, you have to manage it every step of the way. It's not magic, it's micromanagement. Now for the fun stuff. I wanted to know if Grok had a dark side, or if it was just another sanitized corporate bot. So I gave it a prompt. Suburban mom, serial killer, kitchen. The essentials. Grok did not hold back. It described her bludgeoning a victim with a rolling pin in her otherwise pristine. It got weirdly specific about the blood mixing with the flour dust. I am impressed and a little concerned for the developers at XAI. So if you're writing a horror story or a crime, yeah, Grok is ready to get its hands dirty. And from violence, we pivot gracefully to...
Well, another kind of action. Whoa.
I asked it to write a romance scene between two social media influencers that would make a seasoned Wattpad author blush. And it understood the assignment. It got steamy. Way more than I expected. Now, I can't show you the full text because YouTube has policies, and I still have a shred of shame, but the takeaway is clear. Grok is not afraid to get weird, randy, or violent. It's almost like an all-access pass. So just be specific with your prompts. No matter what kind of scene you want to write, I think Grok has you covered. And then I ask it to code a simple author website. And it's like all the creative genius just packed its bags and left for the day. I mean, it worked. It produced a website straight out of a 2004 GeoCities fan page. It's functional, but it has all the innovation of a beige wall. In the arena, Grok is definitely lagging, in my opinion. After a few iterations and maybe better prompts, I did get a little bit better website, which you'll see on the screen. The more I worked, the more it improved, but I get lots better results from Claude, Gemini, etc. So let's go over the final verdict on Grok 4. Is it worth $30 of your hard-earned money? For most people right now, honestly, probably not. It's a fantastic plotter and a surprisingly spicy scene writer. ChatGPT, especially with the new Omni model, gives you way more bang for your buck. Image generation, better versatility, all of it. I also really like Gemini right now. Grok feels like a high-performance sports car that can only drive on two specific roads. It's impressive in its lane, but you can get a much better all-terrain vehicle for less money. But let me know what you think in the comments. Have you used Grok, especially the new Grok 4? Was it a disaster for you too? Okay, maybe it wasn't a disaster for me, It did some things well, like reasoning and plotting and some of those specific scenes that I wanted to write. It did that better than some of the other AIs that I use on a regular basis. Thanks so much for watching. Watch this next video up here for another deep dive into AI and storytelling. I think you'll really like it. If you like bloopers, hang around. One of the things I missed most from movies today are blooper reels. What happened to the blooper reels? What's a smirk? Why can't I smirk? My script says to smirk. I'm supposed to smirk here. What? I don't think I know what a smirk is anymore. Like, why can't I make my face do a smirk? Is that I guess that's a smirk, right? That's terrible. That's not a smirk. That's not a smirk. Can I use this as a microphone? Is that cool?